Upon entering this reading, you may already find yourself drawn to a certain group of cards. If so, then that is a group of cards for your reading, but if not, go ahead and take a few moments with me now to center in our energy. Taking a deep breath in and out. In and out. Continuing to take your deep breaths as I welcome you in here. So hi everybody, welcome back, and welcome into those of you just tuning in for the first time. Hi, I'm Venus and I'll be your reader for the duration of this video. This is a general reading for October 2021, so do take what resonates and leave what does not. Within these piles, we're going to be reviewing the recent past or the previous month. So from that, you will be able to tell if the rest of the reading is going to resonate with you. If the recent past doesn't resonate, then go ahead and check back into this timestamp and pick another group. With that being said, I always like to set my intentions before doing these readings. So my intentions for you, the viewer, is that these readings will help give you clarity, guidance, healing, and any of the tools that you need to help shift you into your highest alignment. Meaning your highest alignment with wealth, happiness, prosperity, love, abundance, emotional fulfillment. So it's my intention that by tuning in and hearing these messages, you will hear something that will help shift you into that highest alignment. Whenever I do read these cards, I am an intuitive and channeler, so an intuitive reader and a channeler as well. So I like to put out there that when I am reading these cards, I am making a note to connect to divine source energy, which is love, or which is the creator energy. And I like to put this out there just so that you know that nothing else is being channeled or picked up on, okay, that we are not connecting to anything other than what I had just said. So with that being said, with the introduction out of the way, go ahead now and take a look at these cards and pick the group that you need most, that is calling to you most, that is drawing in your attention the most. And if you need a few more minutes or a few more moments, go ahead and pause this video here. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and start over here. This is group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. Alright, welcome in group number 1. Let's go ahead now and take a look at your most recent past or the previous month. Once again, if this resonates with you, then the rest of the reading is going to resonate. But if this section of the reading doesn't resonate with you, then do go ahead and pick another card, another group of cards. Up here, these are all the cards that were within the group that you picked. So let's get into it and see what exactly was going on with you. We have the 10 of Cups and the High Priestess. So these two cards right here, these are kind of like your theme for the recent month, okay? So with the 10 of Cups, emotional fulfillment could have been at the forefront of your life last month. You could have been really thinking about the things that make you happy, really trying to shift your energy into aligning yourself with your emotional fulfillment and not any of these societal expectations that you maybe had for you. Already, I'm picking up that some of you, this is about career and work and doing something that is fulfilling instead of doing something that you're doing just to make a living. Okay, so the theme for the recent past or the previous month for you could have been within emotional fulfillment. We also have the High Priestess. So the High Priestess, this is all about our spirituality. You could have been doing some deep spiritual growth, spiritual evolution. Okay, this could also be shadow work, healing trauma, learning how to forgive people. Okay, this could have been just all sorts of things. If you have been, looking into astrology, esoteric knowledge, okay, maybe you have been studying up, this is really you trying to connect with spirit, trying to connect with the divine, trying to really grow yourself on a soul level. So this is what was going on, the main themes for you in the previous month. Now, as far as, let's see. Okay, so now we have the Page of the Page of Wands. We have the Three of Swords, we have the Two of Pentacles, and we have the Tower. Okay, so this is also just furthermore some more details, some main events that may have been going on for you. We have the Page of Wands, so this is a pickup in your energy and your momentum. Perhaps you were really thinking about trying to get back this motivation or inspiration for life. This is our energy, this is our survival instincts, this is our base needs, this is our momentum, and this is also our life force. So you could have been finding yourself trying to kind of, pick yourself back up, trying to revive your energy, trying to revive your inspiration, your motivation to do this life thing on the day-to-day basis. You could have really been thinking about your energy, and maybe you have been finding yourself feeling a bit more tired, a bit more down, and it's that thought within your head, it is that seed that has been planted within your mind that tells you, I want to get up early in the morning and I want to do this. I want to, be motivated and inspired again to go after what I want to do or achieve this project or, go to work. And it's this feeling, this little spark of a fire. Okay, it's a spark before the entire flame. And this is you essentially just trying to get back that momentum that you may have lost in your life. We have the Three of Swords. So for some of you, this is telling me that there could have been a relationship that almost felt like a betrayal. As we can see, we have this person, this skeleton right here, putting two swords into the back of this person. So somebody could have really done you dirty, okay? This could be heartbreak. This could be experiencing some type of grief, okay? Maybe this skeleton here doesn't necessarily have to be a person, but just the universe delivering situations that just feels like you're striking, a chord in you. For those of you who this is resonating with it being a person, this is talking about, this person could have betrayed you, broke your heart. But what I'm seeing here is with the Three of Swords, the person being stabbed in the back, they're holding on to this sword and they're just looking at it. So this is telling me that for those of you who had experienced a betrayal or heartbreak of some sort, you really could have had the opportunity to tear this person down, to bring this person down, to give them their karma, to, give them a little bit of, a taste of your medicine, of their medicine. Okay, you really, you could have been on top of it. I'm hearing that there could have been an opportunity for you to get back at this person, but instead you didn't. This person is looking at the sword in their hands. You are better than that. You are better than them. You did not want to stoop to their level. And so I'm seeing as much as you could have brought this person down, you decided not to. You decided not to let the pain get to you. You decided not to do the same and use the sword to hurt somebody else. I'm feeling that maybe for some of you, you decided instead to just heal and to work through it. Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles. So this is usually in the traditional tarot about juggling and having, juggling between two different options, trying to balance life, trying to balance, option A and option B, trying to choose between the both. But in this card, what I'm picking up is that, as you can see, we have these two skeletons clutching these pentacles, okay, these coins. And they're dead. So what this is getting to me is this could be like a battle of egos between you and somebody else. Okay? Somebody could be in your pocket. Somebody could have been draining your money or draining you financially. You could have been giving a lot to somebody else. Okay? This can also be referring to just the ego having such a grip on you in the recent past, realizing that, holding on to these material things, you can't take them with you in the afterlife. You can't take them with you when you're gone. So it's almost as if you're realizing that whatever, you know, some people cut corners, some people cheat other people, some people scam other people. Some people are so invested in this physical material world that they will really do the worst to another person. And they'll take it to their grave. Okay, and I feel like you were realizing this. We have the Tower card here. There was something in your life, a person, place, or situation that really shook things up for you and may have brought all these realizations towards you. It's like, again, it's that energy of, I don't want to stoop to this level. I don't want my whole life to be chasing money, you know. And this could also be energy vampires and people trying to take from you, take your wealth from you, seeing what you are worth and trying to take advantage of that. Okay? So you could really have been dealing with conflict with other people. For some of you, I'm feeling like this could also be a conflict in the workplace, and maybe there could be somebody, I'm feeling like it's an authority figure or someone who feels like they have authority over you, kind of getting in their ego. And I'm getting, even for some of you, this is as far as like, you know, threatening your hours, you know. It goes really deep for some of you. Some of you are, I don't know. Yeah, just, I don't want to go any deeper into it because I don't want to waste too much time in the recent past, but I am picking up a lot on this card and a lot of conflict revolving work for some of you. Okay? But again, right, so we have the Tower right here. And so this is saying that there was a Tower moment that really shook up your life. That probably had something to do with the Three of Swords, maybe even the Two of Pentacles. Whatever the situation was, it was almost as if everything in your life was crumbling, or some aspect in your life was crumbling and falling. And it had to happen this way because you needed to see the cracks in the foundation. You needed to see what was not stable. You needed to see what you were doing wrong. This Tower moment served as a wake-up call for you. And now you made these beautiful realizations. Realization A, I don't want to stoop to this person's level. I don't want to be a bad person. And realization B, about just this physical earthly realm, that these material things are not all that matters. And people will really do the worst, take advantage of you, take advantage of others. For some of you, I'm hearing maybe you are trying to change your ways, okay? Realizing that the way that you've been operating in this life has not been the best. Okay, so a little bit of recent past. Now, in terms of career, for some of you, we have the Five of Cups and we have the Fool. So the Five of Cups, this is a card of sorrow and remorse and just sulking. I feel like some of you may have been really unhappy with your work life, with your careers, with the job that you are in right now. But the Fool came through to say that there was a new beginning for you. Maybe a spark, maybe an idea, maybe a sense of inspiration, maybe an opportunity. Maybe it's this Ten of Cups here, you, and also this High Priestess. It's like you maybe have been working on your spirit so much that you realize what is most important is your emotional fulfillment and having your happiness. Okay? And so there was a beautiful new beginning in your career, in your prosperity. There was a turnaround. And I feel like for you, it happened because of a shift in awareness and a shift in how you process and start to approach your emotions and your emotional fulfillment. For some of you, this is you taking on a new beginning. So I'm feeling like either you got a new job, either you are realizing what it is you want to do, maybe you quit your job, okay, or maybe you know, something beautiful happened. Whether it was inside of you within mentally, or whether it was outside of you physically. So there was a shift in terms of career, and it's starting a beautiful new beginning for you. So this was the recent past. If you resonate with all of this, and continue watching this, because we're going to go get into what you can expect for the month now. And then with these Two of Pentacles as well, I'm kind of picking up that this may not be necessarily about money or career or anything of that nature, but for some of you, this is still earthly. This is still a physical realm type deal. This could be somebody taking, like I said, advantage of you because they see your worth. Okay, they know what you are capable of, and they're trying to exploit it. Okay, so anyways, that was the recent past. We're going to go ahead now and take a look at your theme for the month of October. So this is the Halloween Oracle, and this is going to be your theme for the month. We have the card Spider, and it says community and web weaving. So I'm going to go ahead and read this from the book for you. Okay. So it says, masses of sticky spider webs make any Halloween decorations complete. The idea of a haunted house covered in the artwork of a big hairy spider is a classic horror. Even those of us who appreciate the eight-legged friends still hurriedly brush off those stealthy webs if we run into them in the dark. Although most spiders are not venomous, humans have an innate fear of them. Perhaps it's the fangs or the poison, perhaps it's all those legs and the way they move, perhaps it's where they live, often in dark hidden places. Or the way our Western popular culture has demonized them by making them giant, fierce, and man-eating. In many Native American traditions, for example, the spider is the creation that gives birth to all other animals and sustains the web of life. The goddess spider grandmother, and there's also a spider woman, is the key deity that brings wisdom, safety, and communication to all the tribes. She created and wove all the stars in the sky and makes soft webs for those that are troubled to rest upon and be supported by. Spiders' webs can be seen as a symbol of connection, not necessarily entrapment. There is a fine line sometimes between a family or community supporting us and controlling us. This card looks at discernment. It also suggests that you review the way you communicate with the wider community at work or generally with others, and take steps to improve this or to do it slightly differently. It also indicates that there is a need to balance between what you do for yourself and what you do for others. If we give too much to the outside, our strength diminishes and we cannot weave the supporting web for ourselves. So that was very interesting. And again, it's bringing me back to that Two of Pentacles cards, just speaking about community and speaking about, how others can entrap us or, again, taking advantage of us. Maybe you are the type of person that overextends yourself to other people and really lets other people milk you for everything that you got. And so this would be your sign to begin, like the spider card said, to begin having discernment and to have clear boundaries. Making it known, it's like, you can't treat me this way, you can't talk to me this way, you cannot, exploit me in this way. Start having standards for yourself. With the community, this also, to me, it's bringing up the idea of letting the universe kind of divinely orchestrate and weave this web for you, this interconnectedness of life, and going with the web of life. So what I mean by this, and I'm going to give it an example. In my everyday human job, I am in the entertainment industry, so I work within art, music, theater, acting, entertainment, all of that stuff. And so the way that I can see this, the metaphor that I'll give you to apply it to, is, let's say, one day you are working on a set and you meet somebody and you connect with them, and that is one, strand of the web. And that person decides that they like you a lot and they put you onto another opportunity. And then that web kind of intertwines, and then you go to that opportunity and you end up meeting another person there who really, really enjoys you, and they talk about you to their friends, and their friends want to put you into something. And so it's kind of like that whole idea of how all of these webs are weaving. So continue to go with that divine inspiration and divine flow. If you feel that there is an opportunity, situation, person, or place that is right for you and that you need to be there, go there, because you never know how this web is going to unravel and where it's going to connect you to. Okay, so that was just a little example, but clearly this month for you, some of you, themes of community, groups, the people who support you are going to be really, really important and really, really key this month. Okay, Now this is the animal spirits card right here. And this is going to be telling us how you may be imbalanced. This is the animal spirit you may be embodying this month, and it's going to show us how you may find yourself in balance and how you may find yourself out of balance and what you can do to kind of bring yourself back into balance with all of it. So the card that you got was the beaver. Okay, so with this beautiful beaver card, this is one of the most down-to-earth cards in the whole spirit animal deck. So I'm going to go ahead once again and read it for you. So it says, beaver, hard worker, loyal, tireless, and family first. So it says the beaver personality is a welcome sight. These good-natured and dependable creatures have infinite love and enthusiasm and express it by way of the earth element, providing a home, financial stability. Although a beaver doesn't usually initiate a project, once started, they'll work steadily for weeks, months, or even years to see it through. The beaver card appears when a task at hand requires your long-term, steady effort. It can also signify that it's time for some karma yoga or selfless service. So when in balance this month, you may find yourself being happy and having meaningful work. Out of balance this month, you may find yourself feeling useless or worn out. To bring into balance, this is saying to do some physical labor and maybe even some selfless service. Now, for those of you, I'm also seeing, okay, for some of you, the idea of physical labor, okay, for others of you, it really just means something as small as getting up and cleaning your room. Okay, like getting your body moving. This is the element of earth, so this is going to be about doing things in the physical, doing things practically. Okay, so anytime you feel out of balance this month, do a task. Okay, do your chores. There's a saying, you know, chop wood and carry water. It's like doing the simple things to bring you back into alignment. Cleaning your room, maybe taking care of yourself, maybe, you know, sweeping up the house. I'm not, you know, I don't know. It's any little physical task, and really try to make it a meditative, so that you can really ground yourself within that and ease your worries and stresses and give yourself a moment to just be in the moment and do the task at hand and have all your focus and attention to that instead of the millions of things going on in the external world. Okay, so that was just your little advice on how you can find yourself in balance, out of balance, what you can do. Now moving on, we have these karma cards right here. So these cards are eerily, like horrifically like accurate. Okay, so this is going to be showing us some outcomes for the month, what you may expect, and it goes by planets, sign, and houses. So let's go ahead and take a look. Now, with these cards, they will tell us an outcome for you on the soul level, on a spiritual level, in your heart space. An outcome for you on a mental level, on your mind plane, what's going on in your head. And then it's going to tell us an outcome for the physical, what you can physically manifest, what is expected to physically manifest in your external reality this month. So for the planet card, you have the sun. For the sign card, we have the sun in Pisces, and then for the house, we have the third house. Okay, so community is going to be a big deal for some of you. Third house is all about community. It is all about technology. It is about short trips. It is about travel. It's how we communicate and express ourselves to other people. And once again, it is about our community, our close-knit groups. Okay, we have the sun, which is all about ego, once again, so the ideas of ego coming through. And then we have Pisces, and so Pisces is a sign of mysticism, of art, of mystery, of illusions. Really beautiful sign. It's a sign of spirit as well. So what can we expect on a soul level? As you can see, these cards kind of construct sentences if we read them all across. So sometimes they'll make sense, sometimes we need a little bit interpreting. So on a soul level, we have the creation of spirituality to ultimately experience your ideas. Sun in Pisces in the 3rd house. So maybe this is you and your soul really coming out of this shadow, wanting to shine its light and wanting to start expressing itself either creatively or spiritually. You may have ideas that your soul is urging you to bring to life, to present to your community, to communicate. So on a soul level, your soul may be urging, feeling this, giving you this little impulse to create and to communicate. Okay? On a mental level, we have the gaining of respect for or from, trusting your psychic knowledge of, short-term thinking, and trips. So within a mental plane, again, we saw the High Priestess in the previous spread for the previous month. So with the High Priestess, that was really opening the door to your spiritual growth. And I feel like we're seeing this theme carry on with trusting your psychic knowledge. This is you really connecting within, learning to trust your gut, learning to trust your instincts, learning to connect to that inner wisdom of all things within yourself, and beginning to really respect the spiritual process. Okay? For some of you, there may be people in your community or some things that are communicated towards you that really give you a newfound respect for spirituality, or respect and honor almost for spiritual practices. When in terms of like the word respect, I'm feeling like taking more seriously, okay? So taking more seriously your spirituality, your creativity, and really taking to heart what people in your community are saying or things that are communicated to you. So for instance, some of you like maybe, scrolling onto your social media and you run across a speaker who really connects to you and speaks to your soul, who really, says something to you that kind of shifts you into a higher alignment and sparks something within you. It motivates you to do better, to grow spiritually, to create, to communicate, to take care of yourself, whatever it is. So mentally, there's going to be a shift in regards to your spirituality, not in regards to your spirituality, but there will be a shift being brought upon you because of your spirituality, and perhaps because of something that was communicated to you, either something going on within your community, or this could also be you taking a little trip, having a little you day, taking some time to go within and reflect, and then gaining wisdom through that. Really honoring, creating space in your mind through meditation or honoring your spiritual practice. Now, on a physical plane, what we can expect to manifest, we have things brought to life or light, resulting from the indecision of or about who or what is around you. So this is telling me that in terms of people, there could be some people that you are really going to be learning some things about them. Things are going to be coming to light, things that were once hidden in the dark, things that you did not see coming, or things that you have been kind of feeling, kind of getting like a little nudge about, but now you're like, I was right, or now you're like, I definitely see it now. Okay? You may be indecisive this month about something. There may be an important decision that you have to make, and God forbid that you don't make that decision, but if that does happen, you will be getting a lot of insight about it, about yourself, okay, about what you can do better. There may be important decisions being made that are going to impact you this month, and so really use your discernment and make sure that you are checking all loose ends, that you've researched, you've thought about it deeply, that you have taken your time to really process everything before coming to a conclusion. And then once again, it's just this idea of community and the people around you having a really big impact. And I'm hearing the word influence. So maybe there are some people in your life that are influencing you, and you really have to think, is it positive, is it negative? Okay? So this is kind of what you can expect to come into your life. Now we have a few more tarot cards to see what exactly we can expect furthermore, going more in depth, okay? So let's see. We have the Four of Cups. Okay. So off the bat, there may be a disappointment of some sort coming into this month, okay? You may not be feeling your best. You may not be feeling in your highest energy. There may still be lingering feelings of sorrow, of regret, of hurt, of just feeling down. It almost is like this dragging feeling, okay? This is very initial though. I don't feel like it will be in this energy forever. We have the Seven of Swords. Okay, so this is the Seven of Swords, and this is a man or a skeleton in this coffin, but he's sitting up. So to me, this is saying that you're going to come out of this period of rest. But before you do so, we have hope and reflection written on this coffin. So it almost feels like you were in this energy, and dare I say for some of you, you really needed to be in this energy of, you know, just contemplating the events that have passed and feeling that sorrow, feeling that heaviness. And it was meant to kind of push you to go within, to go into this metaphorical coffin and to kind of withdraw and really think about your life so far. There is a lot of reflection going on, and I'm feeling that now this is you stepping outside of that coffin, stepping outside of this period of rest, okay? 7 in numerology, this is student-teacher energy. So this is really telling me that some things really had to change and had to kind of go a certain way for you to learn certain lessons, because maybe there were things that you were not realizing or seeing, and the universe really needed to once again kind of shake things up and give you a wake-up call. But now you're ready to step out of this coffin, to step out of this doom that you may be placing yourself in through just your own mentalities and through, you know, not being able to fully process everything. But now you've had the time to think about it all, and you're finally taking a step forward. Okay, we have the 5 of Wands. Okay, so this is telling me that there's going to be some change going on. The 5 of Wands, as we can see in this card, we have this skeleton person lighting a match. So this is telling me, remember the Page of Wands that we saw? This is telling me that we are now sparking, okay? This is like the spark before the flame. There's going to be something that happens this month that is going to motivate you, that is going to excite you, inspire you, or really make you kind of light yourself back up. If you imagine yourself as being this fire, okay, the striking of the match, that is your initial spark before throwing the match into the bonfire and creating a huge flame. So it feels to me like some of you are going to be getting your spark first. Now, even though this is not traditional tarot, just because this is the 5 of Wands, it does warn about competition and conflict. And, you know, every time the 5 of Wands comes up in a reading, I'm always like, it's like everybody and their grandmother is trying to do something towards you, against you. Petty drama, little fights, you know. Everybody's trying to reel you in, so I do have to warn that to just be wary and once again use discernment. Just because people and community seems to be like such a big theme for you this month, use your discernment. Make sure that you are making the right decisions, hanging with the right people. Pick your battles wisely, okay? Not everything is worth your energy. And again, Wands, fire, this is all about our energy, our momentum. Don't use this little spark that you have and put it into people that are just going to tire you out. This is being mindful about where you put your energy. Being mindful about who you give your energy to, who is going to throw more wood into your bonfire, and who is going to just, you know, dump some water all over you and put you out entirely. You need to start paying attention and being around the people who light you up, people who inspire you, people who motivate you, people who, you know, fuel that inner fire. Okay? And then we also have the Five of Pentacles. So once again, big changes. Fives are numbers of change in numerology. So with this Five of Pentacles, we can see these 5 pentacles, these green skulls on the ground, and this person is almost, I want to say, following this trail. So to me, in totality, it feels like you are putting your sorrow away. You're moving past this. You're deciding to step outside of your metaphorical coffin of doom and gloom and even that period of reflection, and you're going forward with what you have learned, with the hope that you have for better. And you are starting to light this little flame within inside of you, and this month is going to be all about growing that flame. And you're making the decision to follow the trail of your prosperity and abundance. For some of you, this is like, I'm done being tired and I'm going to start chasing my bag, okay? Okay, so it's really beautiful energy. And it definitely feels like this is what is coming in for you. Okay, some of you are going to be focusing on career and your energy, focusing on prosperity and your energy. With the 10 of Cups in the previous spread, last month you really thinking about your emotional fulfillment, and then we coming through here with the 4 of Cups. It just reiterates that whole idea of, maybe you needed to experience the lows emotionally to realize what it was you needed and wanted, what would bring you your emotional fulfillment, what you deserve and what you are worth. So it's really beautiful. It feels like you are going to be working on your energy, continuing to build that fire within inside of you, and starting to take steps towards your own prosperity and abundance in the physical world. It's like last month you said, I know exactly what is going to emotionally fulfill me, what is going to bring me joy and happiness. And now you are like, all right, let's get this bag. Let's, work on our energy. Let's get ourselves feeling pumped. Let's get ourselves feeling hyped. Let's get ourselves, just feeling ready to conquer the day again. And you are making steps toward your prosperity. Okay, so one thing to strengthen this month, we have the 10 of Swords. Your mind is going to be everything this month. Strengthening your mind, okay, practicing meditation, making sure that you are not constantly bombarded with all these external energies, and that it's like you have 1,000 tabs open in your head, and that you are never being, never finding that peace of mind. It's like always on go mode, always restless, always thinking about the next thing. You need to find your peace of mind. You need to find that quiet, okay? So really taking care of your mental health this month, finding time to meditate, time to clear your mind, and reminding yourself that your mind is a garden. Every thought that you have, every word that you speak to yourself, you are planting seeds. So making sure to take a look, take inventory of what is constantly going on in your mind. Are you constantly fearing? Are you constantly picturing and visualizing the worst outcome? Or are you putting things and words in your mind that is going to feed you, that is going to bring you to the next level? Are you visualizing your highest outcome? Are you visualizing happier times? Okay, make sure to lean towards the more positive and more in alignment. Your mind is almost like a computer, okay? And if you program it a certain way, the computer is going to run on that program. So if you're programming it based on fear and based in lack, that is the program that you are going to be running for yourself, and you don't want to do that. So what you need to do and pay a special attention to this month is programming yourself for success, programming yourself for happiness. So this is all about, the day that we die, they say that we meet our Creator and we get a chance to evaluate everything that we've ever done in life. Okay? Now, this is going to be meaningful for you because this is saying that you really need to get into that mindset. Evaluating who you are, what you are doing, who is the character that you are becoming, what is the story that you are writing. Do you add more suffering to this world, or do you add more light into this world? Judgment is all about self-evaluation. But the other side, the flip side about this, and because you have all these cards all about community and other people going on, judgment can also be how others perceive us, and it can also be how we try to live up to the expectations of others, how we let other people influence us, how we let other people's judgments get to us. And so what you are being told to let go of, you are basically being told to let go of other people's perceptions. Who cares about how they think, okay? Who cares about what they think about you, what they're saying about you, what they feel about you? Who cares? Let it go. People are going to think what they want to think. They're going to say what they want to say, okay? They're going to feel some type of way if they want to feel some type of way. You are being told to let it go. If you are pressuring yourself too much because you are trying to please other people, some of you could be people pleasers, okay? Some of you could really be in this energy of wanting to make other people happy, wanting to help other people. Remember discernment, remember boundaries, okay? We spoke about this already. For some of you, you are really letting other people's perceptions get to you, and it is affecting your emotional fulfillment. It is affecting your energy, and it is affecting your prosperity. Why? Because other people's perceptions is not your alignment. It is never going to be your highest alignment. You need to focus on how you feel about yourself, on what you think about yourself, and what you need to do. And that's why the self-evaluation of this card is going to be so key for you. You really need to sit down and be honest with yourself. Am I doing the things that I need to do for the life that I want to build? Am I a good person? Am I adding more light into this world? That is all you need to worry about. That you are aligning to your soul's purpose, to your dreams, to your desires, to the story and character that you are trying to build on this earth. Because at the end of the day, none of it matters when we leave this planet, when we all die. Okay, when we're all 6 feet underground, none of it's going to matter. And you're going to, let's say you did spend your entire life for other people, okay? You went to the school that people told you to do. You went to the job that people told you to do. You dressed a certain way because you were scared of what other people were going to think. And at the end of the day, at the end of your life, you're going to realize you lived your life for another person. You are not a character in your own story. You made yourself a character in another person's story. And that's what we don't want to happen, which is why you need to stop focusing on other people and start self-evaluating. Let the pressures of other people, the expectations of family, friends, society, let it fall away. Follow your truth, okay? Ooh, that was a lot. I'm not gonna lie, that was a lot. It got kind of intense over there. I'm so sorry, but you know, it has to be said. Okay. Now we have some career and prosperity advice. And this is Unfinished Symphony. So this card is easy. I'm not going to even bother to read it in the book for you and go through all of that, because this card is saying if there are any projects, any ideas, any dreams that you have had that you put on the back burner, this is saying to go for it. And this is saying to take that first step. Some of you have like projects that say you're writing a book or you're painting something and you haven't touched it in weeks, months maybe. This is saying go and pick it back up. For some of you, you have a dream. You have a dream career. You have a vision in mind. And you put it on the back burner because of, you know, this community and people are such a big influence this month for you. And the realization about how other people affect you is going to be big this month. And for some of you, you really put your ideas and dreams and hopes and desires on the back burner because you let other people's influences and energies and perceptions get to you. And I've been there. For those of you who have been following me for a really, really long time, y'all know, okay? Y'all know because I've talked about this before, and I may have deleted posts, but I've spoken about it to clients and I've spoken about it in previous readings. But I was doing my YouTube channel and doing my tarot readings as I'm doing right now, and I blew up. I put so much work and effort and dedication into it. And yeah, I blew up and it was becoming really successful. I was starting to get a lot of recognition, and I was finally starting to be able to make myself financially free through this. And then I had one person in my life who, you know, paid a lot of money, a lot of money to be in this group of astrologers or whatever have you. It was kind of an elite type deal going on, okay, if you catch what I'm saying. And this person started degrading me. I didn't come from money. I didn't come from, you know, riches like they did. I don't have, you know, $3,000 out to just put on a course and to be accepted into a group, right? So I didn't come from money, and so that was always a big insecurity for me, was that I grew up poor, and like my family's from countries that are poor, okay? You know, so it was always a big, not insecurity, I was never insecure about being poor, actually, I always owned up to it. But the insecurity was that at the time, because I did value this person and saw this person as a friend and I trusted them, the insecurity was that, you know, there's a fly. The insecurity was that they were right, that they were better, because they had these privileges and these, you know, these abilities to buy whatever they wanted, that meant that they were a step ahead of me. And this person being in this elite group, which low-key kind of a cult, if you catch what I'm saying, they started degrading me. I've been studying astrology and doing spiritual things since I was a kid. I've grown into this. I've come from a long line of channelers and spiritual women. And this person got into my head and they started degrading me. They started calling me fake. They started telling me I don't know anything that I'm doing. I don't know real astrology because I'm not in the elite group of astrologers that they're in. And it got to me, and I stopped to do my YouTube channel for 2 years. Okay? And I felt terrible about myself because every time I receive a criticism, especially if it's someone that I love, I take it to heart. And I took those 2 years to get back into studying, but it was just so hard because I was like, man, maybe I don't know as much as I do. Which, okay, at the end of the day, long story short, that person turned out to be like a narcissist and was gaslighting me the entire time. But what I'm trying to say is I let another person get to me, and I let this person make me stop my entire life because they got to me. You feel me? I made this person stop what I was doing so well. I had so many people, so many clients, so many comments every single day, telling me how much my readings help them, telling me how much they appreciate my work, how much they've learned from me. And I let this one person with money, this narcissist, get to me. So this unfinished symphony is basically saying, especially for those of you who do have that tendency like I did, to let other people get to you, to not basically, if there is something that you put off because of another person, so in my case, in my experience, I'd stopped doing tarot for 2 years. If that was you, what I did was after the 2 years, I realized I did so much healing and so much studying. I spent so much time being in my shadow and hurting. to heal from that and realize that they were just, you know, that was a narcissistic dynamic, and that they were using me as supply and trying to bring me down purposefully. Yeah, I realized, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to get back into it. And I went back into my unfinished symphony, and I completed that symphony, and now we're back, and now I'm here doing my readings. But for example, so for example, if there is something that you deep down have always wanted to do, but you didn't because you let other people get to you, this card, it's saying go and do it. Do not be afraid. Your dreams came to you, okay? If you are looking for a sign to start living your dreams, to go after what you have been putting off, to get back into that field that you have always wanted to do, to finish that project, this is the sign. You are the sign, matter of fact, because those desires and those dreams chose you to actualize themselves from. Okay? So, and that's a little career and prosperity advice. We're gonna go ahead and take a look now at the general advice. And we have Go the Distance in reverse. So this one I am going to go and read from the book for you. When it comes to in reverse, it is a protection message. So do heed this warning, okay? It says, do you feel as if you've been wandering in the desert now for ages and ages and nothing is happening? When you conjure up the image of a desert, you picture parched lips, sunburned skin, mirages, and there is no more to it than that. Amid the hot sands, there are creatures with resilient spirits, tough skin, and willingness to burrow deep underground for water so that they may thrive. This is a time of developing survival skills and resilience. You are learning how to conserve your strength, and in this temporary time of austerity, it is wise to be selective about where you expend your energy. Oh my goodness. Didn't we just talk about that? And didn't I say in the whatever spread it was, but I said, you cannot make this up. This is a synchronicity. We just said not to, you know, what is worth fighting? What is worth your energy? Pick and choose your battles wisely. Not everything is worth your energy. If you're in some like little beef with somebody, you have somebody on the side that is doing you some type of way, okay, never mind them. Continue to work on your bag, okay? Continue to work on your prosperity. Do not let yourself put your energy into things that are not going to grow you, okay? Dang, that is, you cannot make this up. The synchronicity is wild. Okay. It says, listen to the call of your soul because it will never lead you astray. Man, what did I just... This is so synchronistic. I cannot even like begin to... I told, like, with the Judgment card, reevaluate yourself, listen to yourself, go within, listen to your own soul. Do not listen to the perceptions of other people. This is an important time for letting go of what is not important. Okay, wow. So that was amazing, very synchronistic. But just once again, a few remaining words for the rest of this spread. Wow, for some of you, people and relationships are really going to be the forefront. Overall, it's going to be about what deserves my energy, what doesn't deserve my energy, and continuously checking in with yourself. Clearing your mind, making your within, your internal, a safe space for you. You need to be the person that you go to at the end of the day for peace of mind. You need to be the person that you go to for at the end of the day for reassurance and for confidence in what you are doing. Okay? The sun is all about ego. Sometimes, okay, we have a weak ego, which is the ego that self-deprecates, that says I'm not worth it, I can't do it, that I'm not this, and this, that I don't, that it's the same ego that when I was, the person that I spoke about, that I shared with you guys, that it was that weak ego that I had that let me believe another person, that said maybe they're right, maybe I don't know what I'm doing because I don't have what they have, I didn't have the opportunity that they have, maybe I am, it's that don't let people get to your head, okay? And Pisces, remembering illusions. Not all that glitters is gold. Not everybody that looks like they have it has it, okay? Not everybody that, has an opinion about you is going to be right. And most of the time these people are projecting, okay? And then third house, community, ideas, communication. Big on relationships this month. Like, I can't even begin. This is something I'm getting right now, just a side note, especially because I shared my story. I feel like some of you are resonating with that story, and so I just have to put it out there. Some of you really need to reevaluate your relationships. Don't spend too much time on it though, because remember, you should be focusing on yourself this month. But yeah, some of you are in dynamics with people who are really, like, again, just once again, especially from the last spread, taking advantage of you. People who see your worth and are trying to reap benefits from that. Some of you may be involved with narcissists. Some of you may be involved with people who enable your bad behavior or enable you to kind of fall and dwindle. So with that being said, again, get up out of your coffin, spark that flame within inside of you, follow your dreams, follow your hopes, bring them into reality, begin following your prosperity, chasing your bag, whatever it is you need to do to start making yourself into the character that you always wanted to be, and to start creating and living the story that you always wanted to write for your life, okay? So with that being said, this was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please, in the comments below, let me know what resonated, what didn't resonate, what parts really, really spoke to you. I love hearing your feedback. It means so much to me. I love hearing, just how it relates to you guys. So with that being said, let me know. But if not, no hard feelings. Leave me a like, a comment, maybe even subscribe. Again, no hard feelings if you don't. But with that being said, I am rooting for you this October. I wish you the best of luck, and I will see you next time. Bye. Alright, hey group number 2. So these are the cards that were in the pile that you picked. So we're going to go ahead and dissect it, starting with the recent past / previous month. We're going to take a look now at the theme for your previous month. So you have the Hanged Man and the Lovers. Okay, so relationships, romance in particular, could have been the forefront for you for the previous month. There could have been also some major decisions, major life changes that you needed to decide upon previous month. We also have the Hanged Man. So this tells me that last month may not have been very eventful for you. You could have been finding yourself in almost stagnant energy, kind of sitting, thinking, waiting, okay? This is very much divine, go with the flow type energy. So there could have been situations, people, things that arose that put you into this energy of stagnant, deciding to just give up and go with the flow almost, okay? Or this could have been you coming to this own conclusion of, I need to take a seat back, I need to sit back and meditate upon what it is I need to do. I need to just stop trying to control everything and let the universe divinely guide me. So these are two main themes for the month for you previously. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what was going on. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so opportunities could have been trickling in slowly but surely. This is Pentacles, meaning earth. So this could have been about your health, your finances, your career, anything on this physical earthly plane, okay? Now with the Knight of Pentacles, The Knight of Pentacles, he is the slowest moving knight in the entire deck, but he does bring a bounty of abundance, okay? Again, this is Earth, physical abundance. So slowly and surely, you people, some of you could have been experiencing opportunities trickling in, little signs from the universe that like nudges in the right direction. And for some of you, this could have been like opportunities that maybe, you know, it was something that you were looking for, but the person or the offer came through and it wasn't exactly what you needed. It wasn't exactly right. But that was supposed to be a sign from the universe that, you know, because this is trickling in, it's an affirmation that there is more to come, okay? Oftentimes, let's say we're trying to manifest something. Like, let's say, for example, we're trying to manifest a job, right? A career in a certain field. And, you know, you have this opportunity trickle in, right? Someone offers you a job and you go in for the interview. And let's say it's everything you wanted, but you don't really, you know, like the people, or maybe the pay wasn't good enough. And some people at that point, they might make a point to say, okay, well, I'm kind of stumped, like this is what I wanted, but it's not how it's supposed to be. And some people at that point will give up. But that was just supposed to be an affirmation from the universe that it is coming. Sometimes the universe will send you other opportunities, other signs before the right one comes in, okay? So it's just an affirmation that you're on the right track, that somebody considered you, that, you know, an opportunity was given, meaning you are open to whatever it is you are trying to manifest. But for many of you, this is very, 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 very beautiful news. It's like opportunities have been coming in, and it's like you're just tasting a little piece of what is to come, okay? We also have the Nine of Cups. Okay, so this is wish fulfillment. So for some of you, yeah, you've been receiving signs, synchronicities. Your manifestations have really begun to trickle in. This is the card of wish fulfillment, okay? For others of you, this is also about emotional fulfillment. Maybe opportunities, things have been trickling in, or maybe you've just been coming to realizations about what it is you want, what it is you are trying to build in your life, what it is you are trying to manifest and grow, whether it's your dreams, your hopes, your desires, these projects you're working on, the dream career. Okay, we have some type of wish fulfillment going on. And I'm hearing for some of you, you actually became really, really successful, okay? And again, this is just a little taste of what is to come, okay? Wow, really beautiful energy, okay? We also have, oh my gosh, the Star. Okay, so this is definitely all about dreams coming true, wishes coming true, things manifesting. This is really about things starting to pick up. This is really beautiful energy. And we have the King of Cups. Yes. Okay, so this is divine masculine energy. Regardless if you are identifying male, female, whatever, divine masculine energy, this is yang energy, okay? This is action-oriented energy. This is solar energy. This is the energy of the sun, okay? Now, the King of Cups, when it comes to the King of Cups, he is really good at discernment. He's good at separating his emotions from the emotions of other people. He's good at separating himself from the environment of the other people. So for example, if you are particularly a sensitive person, the previous month could have been a time for you to really learn discernment and how to separate yourself from others, how to separate yourself from environments. Like, for example, if you were the type of person who before you would walk into a room and you would feel everything in the room, and maybe it's just so overwhelming and it gets to you. I mean, that's why some people have really bad anxiety issues, is because they're so sensitive. They pick up on everything, okay? You have been starting to turn that around and really practice discernment, laying down boundaries, and being able to separate yourself from, you know, what you are, who you are internally, and what's going on externally. Okay, the feelings you feel and the feelings that other people may be sharing with you or putting onto you. Okay, the King of Cups, this is also somebody who is very good at nurturing others. But with the King of Cups, in terms of career and work, especially for those of you in the creative field, this is somebody who is taking the steps towards their emotional fulfillment, towards creating, towards putting and transmuting their emotions into something beautiful, and taking action by putting it out there, really going for what it is they want that will bring them this emotional fulfillment. So this is really beautiful energy, okay, to be coming out of and to be entering October into with this energy. We have 3 major arcana, okay, so it could have been a really intense month. And intense can mean anything. It could have mean trial, tribulation. It could have mean, problems. It could mean, being put under pressure like a diamond. But at the end of the day, I'm feeling that you are definitely seeing how it was well worth it and how everything has been paying off. So it is really beautiful energy. Now, taking a look at what's been going on in your career, we have the World card, okay, and we have the Sun. So in terms of career or prosperity, we are entering into a stage of completion, okay? Things have been wrapping up. Perhaps for some of you, you have been finishing projects or closing a chapter in your career, and now you're entering a new chapter, which is a step up. It's a leveling up. The World, after a completion cycle, always signifies an evolution or leveling up of some sort. It represents growth, okay? So this is really, really beautiful. Just like from examples from people that I know, this is like their career, like closing a chapter in, I have a lot of friends who are musicians, so like going from, playing backyard shows to going and actually playing in venues. It's so beautiful and it is so exciting. So this is the kind of energy that I'm seeing for you. It's very much this idea of, first you were grinding, you're working, and now you're starting to see the benefits come in, and you've leveled up career-wise, prosperity-wise. Even if you don't feel like it, you are now entering a new energy in your prosperity. And this new energy is going to bring even more wish fulfillment, even more dreams and desires coming true, even more manifestations coming into fruition, okay? But with the Knight of Pentacles at the forefront, this is a reminder that it's going to come in perhaps a little bit slow at first, okay? It's going to trickle in, and you've been already feeling it, okay? Just this positivity, and for some of you, I'm feeling it's like, okay, you're listening to this and you're like, well, I'm not really resonating, because it's like, it's not like I got promoted, it's not like I got a raise, I didn't, for some of you, this is like you got news about something in advance. Like someone has an opportunity for you in advance, or maybe in the long-term planning, you can really see how you can meet your goals and desires, and that is this Knight of Pentacles energy. It's the little trickle in, okay? So that was my cat. I'm sorry. He's like playing over there. But what was I saying? Don't be discouraged, okay, if it's not coming in all at once, okay? These are all signs and synchronicities. Every little opportunity, every little word of encouragement, every sign of affirmation, everything. Let's say you're trying to be a painter and you want to see your stuff in galleries. Every time you see an ad for galleries, or every time somebody mentions like, wow, you are really talented, that is that energy, that is that affirmation, that is the universe sending you signs and being like, look, this is going to come in for you, okay? So that was the recent past. We're going to go ahead now and take a look at what is coming into October. So if you resonated with that, please continue watching. If not, go ahead and pick another group and see if that will resonate more. But let's go ahead and take a look at what is going to go on in October. So I'm going to go ahead and take these cards out so that we have more room. Okay, so your theme, this is the Halloween Oracle, and this is going to show us your theme for October. And you have Dawn. this is the light after the darkness. So yes, already we are seeing something so beautiful. This is, things are beginning to look up for real. Okay, I'm getting excited. I have a lot of I'm getting jitters, so I feel like this month is going to be a very exciting month for you. So I'm going to read this card from the book for you. This is Dawn, the light after darkness. So you already know it's going to be good. Let's go ahead and get into it. While midnight is often thought of as a magical hour, throughout the time, dawn has also had its share of mystique. All manner of magical beings had to return to their true forms by dawn, werewolves, for example. And vampires could only be active while the rays of the sun did not pierce the sky. Dawn and deities of dawn herald both hope and new life. Goddesses such as, and I hope I don't butcher this, Eostre, and gods like Helios and Apollo were those who brought new life and the dawn's light into the world. The journey from the darkest night of the soul to a bright and hopeful dawn is one of the deepest and most powerful paths repeated over and over in mythology. Should you receive the Dawn card, you are being reminded that there is always a fresh start and new beginning to be had. And that seems like this is what is coming up for you in October. Change is unstoppable, and even most difficult times will pass. No matter how devastating they may seem, hope is one of the most powerful, motivating forces in the universe, and it is being indicated here. So that is beautiful. I'm feeling for some of you that this was a situation of dark before the dawn, and you are starting to see the first rays of light. You know, when you watch the sunrise and you see it kind of slowly creeping up. That is what this is. The sun is starting to shine in October. It just feels like it's going to be such a luminous month for you, okay? You are going to be in a season of light after darkness. I'm telling you, this month, beautiful energy. I can feel it. Like I said, I'm getting excited. I'm getting jitters. Ooh, okay. Beautiful. Okay, so that is your theme for the month. Some of you are sigh of relief, okay? Like, yes, finally. So this is the animal spirit card. So this is the spirit animal energy that you may be embodying throughout the month of October. And with this card, we are going to be taking a look at just the qualities you may be embodying this month, as well as how you can tell if you are in balance, how you can tell if you are out of balance, and what to do to bring yourself back into balance, okay? So we have the hawk. So already I'm just seeing repeating symbolism with air flying creatures. So maybe this month is really a month for you to take flight. Maybe this is, you know, qualities of air. This is our mind, it's our mentality as well. Air represents the ether, it represents collective consciousness, it represents the mind, and I'm hearing mind over matter. So this month, if you haven't already, this will be a beautiful month to begin cultivating your mind and cultivating your inner garden, okay? Meaning programming yourself, and I was speaking on this with the previous group, but programming yourself. If you are constantly, you know, planting seeds of doubt, of fear, of insecurity, if you're always hard on yourself, if you are constantly in energies of worry, every little thing that you think, and I don't want to scare you because it's not that thing of where if you always think negatively, you're just going to have a negative life. No, but there is some truth to that, and it's about our programming. Think of it this way. You are a computer, and every time you think something or visualize something, are you visualizing fear? Are you visualizing the worst outcome? Are you imagining the worst outcome possible? Are you in these cycles of worry, of fear, of entrapment? Are you constantly hard on yourself? Those are what you are programming yourself with. And if you continue to lead that path, you're going to continue programming yourself. And when you operate in the day-to-day, you will be operating based off of that programming. Does that make sense? So begin now to really take care of your mental health. Okay, program yourself with positivity, program yourself with hope, with progress. This isn't about that, you know, toxic, positive all the time, ignore the negative, pretend it didn't happen. This is about, you know, being realistic, but also being progressive and having a positive, futuristic outlook. It's dealing with what is in front of you realistically and naturally, but also having great hope and positivity for the future. Okay, this is programming yourself for success, for abundance, for love, for joy, visualizing your highest outcomes. Instead of wondering what if it goes wrong, wonder what if it goes right. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and read a little bit about the hawk for you. Okay, so the hawk. Watchful, all-seeing messenger of divinity. The sharp eyes of the hawk watch our every move. This keen-eyed bird has the ability to see every little detail, as well as the bigger picture. When this card appears, fate has its eyes on you, and the winds are shifting. Yes, so positive shifts, you guys. It is said that the hawk carries news upon its wings and is sent from divinity itself to deliver it. The message should not be taken lightly. Though it may seem small or insignificant, it will eventually redirect your course. When in balance, you will feel like you are seeing clearly. You'll feel intuitive, connected to that intuition. But when out of balance, it says you may see too much, you may be suspicious, untrusting, okay? And to bring into balance a perspective shift. Wow, so just what we've been talking about previously, it's your mentality. Yeah, it's a perspective shift. So this month, if you ever feel yourself facing any type of trouble, any type of, you know, setback, okay, or you find yourself feeling a bit down or feeling a bit negative, remember, focus on your mental health. Reprogramming yourself, making sure the garden in your mind is being tended to. Meditation may be a good practice for some of you to pick up on. Okay, so really, really beautiful energy that we have going on. Sometimes all that is needed from you is a perspective shift. Whether this is, you know, going on YouTube and looking up a motivational speaker, or watching a TED Talk, okay? Maybe sometimes you just need to immerse yourself into something for 20 minutes to get that perspective shift. So that is well recommended, okay? Next, we are going to be taking a look at your how do I say it? What is coming up for you, when the outcomes, what we can expect to be happening this month in October. So we have two different cards that we're going to, or set of cards that we're going to be looking into that for. We have these karma cards, and then we have some tarot. So with these karma cards, they're separated by planets, signs, and houses. And it shows us an outcome for each plane, meaning our soul or spiritual plane, an outcome that we can expect in October for our spiritual journey, for our mind, so our outcome that we can expect in October for our mentality. And then we also have the physical plane, an outcome that we can expect from our physical plane, meaning what we can expect to physically manifest, what we will be seeing in our external reality, okay? So we have the North Node in Gemini in the 11th house. So North Node, this is all about soul purpose and aligning to one's soul purpose. They say that you follow your North Node to achieve soul growth and to be in alignment. I offer services reading North Node charts, and I will be making a few videos on just how you can kind of navigate your North Node, because we need more and more people now more than ever to be understanding this and to be stepping into alignment with their highest purpose. But anyways, so the theme about following your soul purpose or following your dreams and your desires, really stepping into your highest alignment this month is going to be very prominent, a very prominent theme, okay? And we have Gemini and 11th house. So do check out if there's anything going on in your 11th house, if there's anything transiting your 11th house. You may want to pay special attention to that this month, okay? Now, these cards form sentences. Oftentimes it may not make sense, but sometimes it does. So when it doesn't make sense, we may need a little interpreting going on. So let's go ahead and see what will be manifesting on a soul plane for you. So it reads, there will be information to explain freedom. Wow, okay. Beautiful. So on your spiritual journey, you may actually encounter some type of information, maybe in your own spiritual practices, maybe in your own studies, in your own searching. But I always recommend to search internally. I know it's really easy to get caught up in, these cycles of watching tarot videos, listening to speakers, reading and consuming, but honestly, sometimes the most powerful spiritual knowledge that we can ever gain is from within. So I highly recommend going within. But it seems like on your spiritual journey this month, you will be getting some type of, I'm hearing the word recognition. You might recognize something. You might stumble upon some information, or it might be almost like serendipitous almost. I hope I said that right. It's like you may realize something or come upon some type of information, or just it's like a light bulb goes off in your head and you're like, wow, this is the key to my freedom. So maybe you may find this within your spiritual practice. Maybe you'll find that by really working on your spiritual journey, you may find yourself being more liberated. Really beautiful, okay? We also have now on the mental plane, it says success from communication about associations. Okay, so it could be that, within your networking circles, within your group, within your community, with work, or whatever it may be, somebody may communicate to you an opportunity, an idea. You may be, partnering up with people. You may be talking projects, ideas with others, or maybe somebody will say something that will really stick with you, and that is going to be leading you to success. It plants a seed of success in your mind. So that may be something that will really shift your perspective, shift your way of thinking, and start aligning you towards success. Now, what we can expect to see physically, to manifest on a physical level, we have benefit resulting from the fluctuations of your circle of friends. Okay, so maybe this month is really going to be a really key month for relationships, family, friends, networking. It seems like there's going to be somebody or a group of people or just somebody that you stumble upon that is really going to give you a nugget of gold that is going to push you in the right direction. And you are going to benefit from it, okay? In terms of your circle of friends, we have the word fluctuation, and that is something that is sticking out to me a lot. It could be that you may be finding yourself in this period, especially with the Mercury retrograde going on, you could be finding yourself in a period of really reevaluating your dynamics, your relationships, who is in your life, who is here to help you, and who is bringing you down. And from these fluctuations, meaning from the people you are cutting off or welcoming in, from the people coming in or going, whatever changes in your circle happens, this is going to all benefit you, and you will start to see improvement in your day-to-day life on a physical, external reality level, okay? So an example of this could be, let's say you cut somebody off and all of a sudden you realize your mental health has been way better, you're not dealing with any drama, and things are starting to look up for you, okay? You've opened up that space. Let's say you just had a really toxic person in your life and you kicked them out, and you opened the door therefore for new energies to come in. And while you are healing from that toxic relationship, you heal that energy that was residing with you, and you transmute it, and now you have room for better and brighter things to come in. So really, really beautiful. Let's see what else is coming in. I'm gonna move these up here. Okay, what else can we expect? We have the Devil, okay. We have the Three of Wands. Okay, so off the bat with these two cards, I'm already getting, for some of you, you may have struggled with negative cycles. You could have struggled with addiction. You could have struggled with codependency, you know, not really being independent, not being your own person, letting other people's perceptions and expectations get to you, almost feeling chained down by another person. This can also just be your own toxic habits, your own toxic traits, your own addictions, negative habits that do not serve you. Okay, this is going to be a really important theme this month, but what I do see with this Three of Wands is you moving on from it and deciding to, you know, go past that horizon and take a step forward. This is the Three of Wands. This is a man standing on a hill, and he's watching all of these ships dock, watching all of these ships leave, and the question is, what is my next adventure? Will I go? Will I stay? Will I see what ships come in and what they bring? Or will I go off onto another ship? And it's this realm of possibility. 3 in numerology is really creative energy. So again, it is this realm of endless and infinite possibility, and it feels like you are going to be seeing your world so much bigger than these addictions, so much bigger than these problems, so much bigger than this codependency, than these toxic cycles that you may be in. You are finally breaking free from them this month. Really beautiful, okay? I have to say, really, really beautiful energy going on there. So let's see. Okay, so next up we have, okay, yes, we have the Page of Cups. Okay, and then we also have okay, the Tower. Interesting. So with the Page of Cups, this is a step towards emotional fulfillment. Cups are students. The Page of Cups, excuse me, are students. Pages are students. So pages are learning how to be a knight in their suit, is the way I like to see it. So this Page of Cups is training to be a Knight of Cups. Now, this page, that means this page will make mistakes, okay? He may not know everything. And there's a quote that is coming to mind right now, and it's the saying, if you fail 1,000 times, right? It's like, I did not fail 1,000 times. I just found 1,000 ways that did not work. So that's kind of page energy, right? We may trip, we may fumble, okay? We may fall a little bit during this journey, but that is to be expected. And to me, this is saying that you may not have been working on your emotional fulfillment for a while now, okay? Maybe you have been doing things to relieve momentarily to give you a little sense of emotional fulfillment. But maybe it hasn't been on the forefront of your mind. Maybe this isn't something that you always focused on, okay? Maybe you maybe you focus on other people's emotions more than you focus on your own. And with the Page of Cups, he brings with him a little offer, a little opportunity. And so these are going to be small little offers, once again, trickling in. Opportunities, people, places, and things that are going to show you the key to your emotional fulfillment. Okay, but we do have the the Tower card here as well, and with the Tower, this does say that there is going to be an incoming Tower moment, meaning there may be an area in your life where you will experience a crumbling, a reformation. Okay, the Tower is going to be struck by lightning and is going to crumble and fall, but it is necessary because now you will be able to see the cracks in the foundations, and you will be able to see where you need to work on, what you need to strengthen. And then from this Tower falling, you will now understand your worth, what it is you want to build, where you need to go from here. Once the Tower crumbles and all the dust clears, you will see why it needed to happen. So the Tower card is not typically a warm welcome. It's not a welcoming sight to see, but tower moments are definitely necessary. And just because it is coming next to the Page of Cups, this could be having something to do with your connections, with your relationships, and again, with your emotional fulfillment. So you may experience a tower moment within this realm, okay? Especially for those of you who it's going to be about relationships and your own emotional fulfillment. One scenario I can see is, let's say you lose somebody, okay? You cut off a toxic friend or something. Maybe even a whole friend group. It's going to feel like a tower moment, right? It's going to feel like you just lost everybody that was important to you. But once the dust clears, you're going to be seeing how this page was able to come forward and give you that little trickle in of, you know, that little sign, like this is good, this is meant for you. This is something that is going to be, that we're going to be able to grow from, and that we're going to be able to metaphorically go from this page to this Knight of Cups. And now when we're the Knight of Cups, we're able to just have opportunity after opportunity. We're emotionally fulfilled and we're able to go into battle and, you know, go to life day to day feeling amazing and feeling like we're on top of the world. Okay? Now, in terms of what you need to strengthen this month, okay, we have the Three of Swords and we have the Page of Wands. And what you need to let go, we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Cups in reverse. Okay. So with this Three of Swords, this is telling me that, you know, you may have in the past experienced heartbreak. You could have experienced a betrayal. You could have just experienced something that was really hard on you, that kind of felt like a knife through the, you know, through your chest. Okay, this could have been a moment of despair, a moment of sorrow, a moment of deep pain. Okay, the Three of Swords is all about heartbreak. So you could have experienced something heartbreaking, but what you are being advised to strengthen, look, we have the Page of Wands. Wands is all about our energy. It is our momentum. It is our survival instincts, and it is our fire, our passion, our inspiration. And Wands is a very creative element or suit. Okay, it's phallic in nature. The Wands is a phallic symbol in nature. So this is a very creative suit. So this is all about creation as well. So it begs the question, what are you creating out of this heartbreak? Where are you turning to? Are you going deeper into it, and are you hurting yourself even more? Are you staying stuck in that energy? Or what the Page of Wands would do, because remember, pages are still learning, so this may be difficult for you at first. You are being guided and told to strengthen your ability to transmute the darkness that you have been going through and turn it into something beautiful. And for those of you specifically who are creatives, who draw, who make art, who make music, who, you know, film, who cook, who bake, who have these innovative ideas for life, you are being told to transmute your pain and essentially turn it into poetry. Take the pain that you feel and use it as your fuel to strengthen your momentum, to strengthen your energy, to strengthen your resolve. Okay? So this is what you're being told to strengthen. Now what you need to let go of this month. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay? We don't know, the wheel keeps on spinning, spinning, spinning. We don't know when it'll stop. This is the hand of fate. This is the hand of the divine. And we also have the Eight of Cups in reverse. This is telling me that you need to, almost in a sense, understand that all things are within divine orchestration and divine timing. We cannot turn back the wheel of fate. We can't go back and, you know, change our mistakes. We can't go back and do something different. there's almost this sense of having to accept what is with the Wheel of Fortune. And accept the way that fate has drawn us. Accept the luck of the draw, essentially. This Eight of Cups in reverse, in the upright, this card is usually about detachment. It is about, detaching from these tough emotions in a healthy way and taking some time off to process everything, to soul search. But in the reverse, this is saying that you may be really stuck on something. Maybe, you feel like you're past something, but every time you think of like a certain person or a situation that had happened in the past, it still gets to you, it still hurts you, there's like that pang of betrayal or grief or sorrow. So this is telling me that you may have a hard time letting go of something. There may be a situation that you need to detach from emotionally because it is holding you back from moving forward. You need to, instead of sitting in those negative emotions, you need to detach from it, process the situation in a healthy way, do some soul searching, and transmute that into something beautiful. Okay? So that was what is coming up, what you need to work on. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some career advice. So we have why. So I'm going to go ahead and read this from the book for you. So it says, knowing the motives behind your career and creative ventures is the ticket to your greatest success. It is time to question, are you driven by a desire to serve? Does your prosperity impact a greater good? When you envision your most prosperous life, are you guided by a sense of purpose or by a need to make money, acquire things, save for the future, or all of these? No motive is bad or good, but having an agenda or having agendas hidden from yourself will lead to disappointment and possibly failure. Ooh, that's deep. And that's real. Be clear about why you want to do the things that you do. So maybe you need to take accountability with yourself. Really question, why am I in this job? Why am I in this relationship? Why am I doing this day in and day out? Why do I need to, drink? Or why do I need to party? For those of you who this Devil card really spoke to about addiction. Okay? Let's see. Be clear about why you want to do the things that you want to do. If the motives are true, accept them. If they are not, change them so that you can step into your extraordinary life. Okay, so in terms of your prosperity and career, it seems like there's some honesty that's going to be needed from you. Okay? So let's see. Now this is your general advice. And we have peace. Okay, so really beautiful already. This says freedom from attachment. Oh my goodness. And radical acceptance. Oh my goodness. Okay. You cannot make it up. You heard it here. Like y'all just heard me talk about that with these two cards, and already the essential meanings for this card is freedom from attachment. We just talked about detachment and radical acceptance. Accepting where fate has drawn. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm going to try not to freak out too much. We're going to go ahead and read it. So I'm just going to collect myself. It says, it doesn't get any better than this. A quiet mind. How many, with the hawk and the air energy, didn't I tell you that you need to, meditation, clearing your mind, making sure that your mental is, wow, okay, anyways. So synchronistic. A quiet mind, a heart fulfilled, freedom from want, and the soul satisfaction. The way to peace is through radical acceptance. Everything in your world is exactly as it should be. Harmony is beautiful. Enjoy it. Wow. So this is drawing me to this, and the word freedom came through. So it really feels like for those of you who are going to be dedicated to your spiritual journey this month, that sense of freedom and detachment from this external is going to bring you such a huge sense of peace. So looking for that inner peace, making sure that you do what needs to be done to cultivate peace within your internal despite whatever is going on externally. The world could be on fire, but if you are good inside, that is all that matters. It's reminding me of this quote by Mac Miller. He said, "No matter where life takes me, find me with a smile, pursuit to be happy, only laughing like a child." And he said, "If there's a fight, I'll be down for the war." Thumbs up. So I love Mac, but anyways, yeah, really beautiful. No matter what's going on, as long as you are good within yourself, that's all that matters. So with that being said, this was your reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, please leave me a comment, maybe even subscribe. Please let me know if this resonated. Like, please let me know the parts that spoke to you, the parts that didn't speak to you. Let me know, like, the parts that resonated, how they resonated. I love hearing all of your stories and everything that goes on, okay? My camera's about to die, but with that being said, I wish you guys the best of luck. I am rooting for you in October. This is a time for the light to shine in your life. So with that being said, best of luck, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Alright, welcome in group number 3. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at what we have going on in your recent past first. So this is the Zombie Tarot. So let's take a look. We have the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the King of Wands. Okay, so this is your main theme for the previous month, okay? So Wheel of Fortune, this is telling me that in the previous month, for you at least, it almost feels as if a lot of the things that were happening, a lot of the events that were happening in your life could have just been on the energy of divine orchestration. These things were meant to happen for you, to grow you, okay? This could have been, the Wheel of Fortune's typically a very positive card, so this could have been a lot of blessings and opportunities pouring into your life. Now, the opposite side of the Wheel of Fortune, this could have been, you know, people, situations, things happening that, you know, may almost be a bit triggering, but it was all meant in this divine purpose for your growth, okay? Maybe some things didn't work out the way you had planned it to, maybe some things, just opportunities lost, but the saying is that, you know, it's divine protection, okay? Rejection is divine's protection. So for some of you, it really, there were things that were happening in your life that were divinely orchestrated, either blessings pouring in or triggers coming up to kind of grow you and make you see more clearly your worth, what you deserve, and to evolve you as a person. We also have the King of Wands. Now this is divine masculine energy. Doesn't matter if you know, male, female, other, it doesn't really, it's divine masculine energy is yang energy. This is solar energy. This is action-oriented energy. Okay, this is like the go out and go get it energy. And in terms of wands, wands is phallic in nature. So this is our energy, this is our momentum, it's our inspiration, and it's also our creativity. So with this divine masculine energy coming through with wands, this is telling me that you really decided to start taking control of your life. Maybe some of you deciding, you know, I'm going to start trying to get inspired, I'm gonna start trying to get motivated, I'm gonna start trying to just be better, okay? The King of Wands is on top of everything. He's on top of his energy. You know, he walks in, he's very passionate, he's very charismatic. You know, this type of person, they walk into a room and everyone turns their heads. They know who you are. So this is basically you working up to that metaphor of an energy, okay? This is you becoming so powerful within your own energy that it has the ability to kind of turn heads of other people. Being able to utilize your energy in a sense that, you know, if you see it, you want it, you'll get it, okay? This is you really being on this high momentum, or at least trying to build up this momentum that you have. Maybe in the previous times you could have been, you know, waking up feeling a little bit, just feeling, you know, not having, what's the word? It's not disgruntled, it's disembodied. I'm not too sure. It's just imagine, you wake up day to day. Maybe your energy wasn't always there, okay? This could be like waking up really tired, okay? Not having the motivation or inspiration to do anything. But with the King of Wands present here, this is saying that those things are turning around. So whatever the Wheel of Fortune brought to you, whether it was a trigger or whether it was a blessing, it was meant to put you into this energy, this high, powerful momentum and drive, and this, almost grasp for inspiration, this grasp for wanting to bring things to life, whether you are an artist, a creative, okay? But let's get more details and take a look at what's going on. So we have the Moon, we have the Ten of Hazards or Ten of Pentacles, we have the Two of Hazards, and we have the Four of Wands. Okay, so with the Moon coming up, first and foremost, the Moon is all about illuminating that which is in the dark. So maybe there were some things to you in your life that were hidden from you that were revealed. Okay, things that you didn't know about yourself, about other people. Maybe there was just this feeling of being in the dark, and now finally the light is kind of shining in your life. And it's shining on this idea of the Ten of Hazards. So the Ten of Hazards, traditional tarot, is Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is that happily ever after. It's the utmost form of physical abundance in our external world. That means your health is on point. It means your wealth, your career, everything physically going well for you. And so with the Moon here, this is almost as if like something was illuminated to you that made this potentiality and made this possibility of really building something worth having and living a life worth living for, that kind of came into fruition for you. It's like either there was a person that, and it could be as small as like a person encouraging you and complimenting you on whatever it is you are trying to do. Maybe you saw a little sign come in regards to a manifestation or something that you have been trying to achieve and build. Okay? And this is all hinting towards you that this Ten of Hazards is in your reach. For some of you, maybe this has actually come into fruition, and maybe you did become really blessed and you received some type of physical abundance. But for others of you who are still on the journey towards this, this is little signs, little things trickling in, things being illuminated. Okay, it's like a person, complimenting you on your art, being like, wow, that is really good, like you could make a living out of that. And you taking a step back and realizing, illuminating that which was once in the dark, and being like, wow, maybe I can do it, maybe I can, actually, you start to see this vision. It's really beautiful. We also have the Two of Hazards. The Two of Hazards is all about responsibility. And with this card, what I'm feeling, because this is different than the traditional tarot, so I'm going to read it differently, but the Two of Hazards, as we can see, we have like the skeleton zombie on a leash here, and we have the scientist mastermind here. And the idea of zombification, okay, what are the things that kind of take away our life, that make us like these walking zombies that don't really, we're controlled by something else. For example, phones, technology, it turns a lot of people into zombies. It's something that saps our life force and our energy when we could be putting our energy into something more efficient, right? So for example, it's like being on your phone all day when you could have been creating something. So the Two of Hazards is saying basically you may have been juggling between, fighting this battle of what deserves my energy, what am I giving my energy to that isn't productive or useful or is going to help me in what I'm trying to build. Understand? So Two of Hazards, juggling energy, but it's also trying to keep that zombie part of ourselves on a leash, right? Not trying to get controlled by anything, not trying to zombify ourselves and have something external outside of us sap all our energy. For some of you, that's going to be relationships. For others of you, because we do have a lot of, we have two pentacles here, two earth elements. This could have been you, having your life force sucked away by just the external day-to-day life events happening in the world, okay, your work. This could also just be your health really taking a toll, or maybe just having to put all your energy into these things. So you really have to determine, or at least you determined within the past month or recent past, what is deserving of your energy. And there could have been this back and forth battle between what takes your energy, what gives your energy. And oh my god, I know I've been saying energy like every single sentence, like but it is what it is. And then we have the Four of Wands. So this is celebration. This is a really positive card. This could have been something in your life that was worth celebrating. Four of Wands also represents just having a strong foundation. In traditional tarot, it can also represent wedding, union. Okay, this could be coming into union with yourself, coming into union with the person that you want to be. Maybe what was illuminated was, the character that you would like to be and the story that you would like to create for yourself. Okay, but in this deck particularly, this is a card of celebration. It's a card of joy. So, some really good things could have been happening for you. A lot of signs, a lot of synchronicities starting to trickle into your life. Things really pushing you to actualize the person that you want to be and the story that you want to create on this earth. Okay? And, I'm hearing for some of you, for some of you it's like really big things have been happening last month. For others of you, it could just be, it's like, okay, you're saying all these good stuff, but I'm not, like, I didn't get a promotion, or I didn't get the career I want, I'm not even in the field I want, or like, I'm not, you may feel like you're not in alignment. But that's why you have to pay attention to the signs, you have to pay attention to the synchronicities, you gotta pay attention to, those little things. Like I said, it's like that one person complimenting you on your art, that was a nudge from the universe. It's that one person that tells you, wow, you could really do this, okay? Maybe you've been seeing signs. Maybe, let's say you want to be an actor and you just see everything for acting all over, everywhere, on your social media, on anything really. Okay, so the universe has been trying to communicate and start illuminating things for you. With the Moon card, I'm also getting, this is like a sense of clarity. Okay, maybe your gift was the clarity of knowing what it is you want, knowing what you desire out of this life. Okay, so we also have now how your career and prosperity was going. We have Temperance and we have the Seven of Wands. So Temperance is all about finding a balance. So last month and your previous month, you could have really been finding balance between your work life and just any other aspect of your life. Maybe there was some kind of juggling once again going on, needing to balance your mental, your emotional, your spirit, as well as the things that we need to do on this day-to-day basis to survive on this matrix, on this earthly plane. Okay, and it could have been taking a toll on you. There could have been a battle, or you could have had it really well, and finding this balance was really peaceful and it started bringing you prosperity into your life. Okay, maybe recognizing that balance within was the answer to balance without on the external. And we have the Seven of Wands. So as we can see in this picture, we have this zombie man right here guarding this carcass from another zombie that's coming forward. And in terms of your prosperity, of your career, this could have been you realizing, like, not everything is meant for you to share with other people. Not everything is meant for other people to hear or know, because people could be putting that evil eye on it. They could be wanting to take from you. Okay? This is about guarding, in this particular deck, guarding what you worked for, guarding what you have been putting time and effort into. And this can manifest in so many different ways, okay? For some of you, this guarding can project as you having to defend what you are doing, from family, from friends, from people around you. Maybe they're not supportive. This could also be you having to guard your energy and have boundaries and enforce boundaries and having discernment. Okay, this could be like you needing to understand, once again, what is deserving of your energy, what is not. And it's just that constant, I feel like there was a realization of how people may be trying to take from you and bring you down, particularly. Especially with the Seven of Wands, it's like people could be, so bitter, so nasty, so rude. Whole time they're actually just trying to bring you down so that they can crack you open and start taking advantage of you and start, milking you for everything that you got. Okay, so this card is also about protecting what you worked for. So in the previous month, you may have had to almost protect the things that you've gotten, having to sustain them. And it could have been like an uphill battle for some people. Okay, let's say like you worked really hard for something. For example, let's say a house, and now there's a threat that may, you know, make you insecure living wise. And so this would all be about, you know, learning how to protect your energy and learning how to defend that. So maybe not particularly like keep the place that you got, but defend the sense of security that you have, so that you can find something better and not fall into that crippling devastation of like, am I going to make it? Now with the Seven of Wands, just because it is wands, this is, you know, once again, this is our energy, our inspiration, our motivation. Maybe you have to keep to yourself your plans, your projects, so that other people don't take it, steal your ideas, or feed off of it. Maybe you just don't have a lot of supportive people in your group, or maybe you have people who, you know, are one way on the outside, but on, you know, behind your back, they're evil eyeing everything you do. And I feel like some of you really came into that realization. So this was recent past. This is what you've been working through. So we're going to go ahead now, and if this is resonating, great, we're going to go into October. But for those of you who maybe did not resonate, go ahead and go back to the timestamp, pick another, okay? Because these readings are going to get deep. So we're going to go straight into October. I'm going to put these away. So we have here, this is the Halloween Oracle. So this is going to be your theme for the month. So we have Skull of Light, Illumination. Okay, so we're carrying on themes from last month. Even more things are going to be illuminated for you this month. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to read this from the book. So let's see. It says, as the famous psychotherapist Jung suggested, knowing our darkness helps us cope with the darkness of others. Taking the time to know thyself and to seek understanding of our more destructive or shadow natures can lead to huge happiness and less anxiety. The idea of being shown the way in the most difficult of times and knowing that we are never alone in darkness are the keys to this magical element. Light is usually a comforting thing, yet sometimes we do not really want to see the boogeyman under the bed. So it's too scary, too big, and we know not how to defeat it. Yet by simply shining the torch upon such darkness, the victory is ours. Should the Skull of Light enter your life, know that it is time to be open, to open yourself fully to the clarity of bright illumination. Allow yourself to be seen, to see, and to act upon what is shown to you. The time has passed for hiding, for pretending, and for swallowing our discomfort by accepting the status quo when it really doesn't suit us. So that is beautiful. A few key things that I'm taking from this for the month for you. So these are your themes for the month once again. And a few key takeaways from that is just the idea of stepping out of the shadows and shining your light. So remember how I said, you know, you may need to protect some ideas, some projects, some of the things that you hold deep inside of you. Maybe you were sharing things with people and they've been evil eyeing you, and it's made it difficult for you to step out and be yourself. Maybe the perceptions of others have been getting to you and you have not been fully actualizing this person that you know deep down who you are. So this is all about stepping out of the darkness and shining. It's working on all of those little things without people, other external energies in the way, and popping out and being like, look at what I can do. Okay, so this is really, really beautiful energy. It's yeah, I really love this. I love this card, the Skull of Light, Illumination. More and more things this month are going to be illuminated to you, and the key takeaway from that is to act upon it. If an opportunity illuminates itself for you, if a person illuminates itself for you, believe it, take it, act upon it. So for example, let's say an opportunity comes its way and shines a light in your life. Take that opportunity. If you know deep down, if you follow your proper discernment, do the investigative work for the opportunity, and then take it. Okay? For others of you, this is like things about another person are going to be illuminated. You might find something out, okay? And you need to act accordingly. You need to act in respects to what you've just found out. So one way I can see this manifesting is, you know, learning something a bit disheartening about how a person truly feels about you. And instead of trying to revive that relationship, like a person's going to show you how they feel. Instead of trying to make somebody love you, and this is getting really specific, instead of trying to make somebody love you, okay, you need to take note of the way they act, the way they move, the way that they treat you. And you just need to remove yourself from that situation if it is not for your best purpose, if it's not serving your highest good. So Skull of Light. More and more things are going to be illuminated, but this also tells me that October will be a month where the light is going to really shine in on your life. Okay, now we have this animal spirit card. So this is the spirit animal that you may embody this month. Okay, and this is going to show us how you may be imbalanced, how you may be out of balance, and what you can do to bring yourself back into balance. And we have the Nightingale. So the Nightingale, I'm going to go ahead once again and read it from the book for you. So let's see. Okay. So it says, fearless voice, speech, communication, or song. The song of the nightingale is otherworldly. This simple brown bird, almost unnoticeable among the flashy plumage of other birds, transports its listener to the realm of poetry. Nightingale energy is with us when we write, when we compose, and especially when we sing. It reminds us that music heals the deepest wounds. This card indicates a need to open the bridge between the heart and the voice. Is there something you need to say? How long has it been since you sang? Turn it up, or write it down, and let it out. So this is beautiful, and this carries on the theme of illuminating. Are there things within you that you have been holding back that are ready for you to shine your light on? Beautiful, okay? When in balance, you will find yourself singing, speaking freely with kindness. When out of balance, you may find yourself shy, having a lump in the throat. And it says to bring into balance music. So for some of you, I'm really talking to my creatives out there. For some of you, I'm talking to somebody who has always been wanting to do music and just has not been able to put their voice out there. And this is your sign to do such things, okay? If you follow my Instagram, you already know that I'm in the entertainment industry, so art, acting, theater, music. I'm involved in all of that stuff, and I've seen it multiple times. Like you really can have a spot. There's a plate for everybody. So if you're doubting yourself and you're doubting your ability, just know that it is possible. Okay, so that is a spirit animal for this month. And for some of you, maybe, you know, this isn't about creativity or music or any of that stuff. Maybe it just really is about letting the true you come through, letting yourself shine this month. And for those of you who do celebrate Halloween, maybe it can be a chance for you to express yourself creatively and uniquely and give yourself a chance to let that other side of you shine. Through your costume, even if you're gonna get dressed up, okay? Go all out, let yourself be seen. So anyways, the next up we have what you can expect to be manifesting this month. So I have these planet, sign, and house cards. These are called the Karma cards by Monty Farbe. I hope I'm saying that right. But this is going to be showing us what is manifesting for you on a mental, spiritual, and physical level. So it goes by planets, signs, and houses. And then we also have some tarot that I'm going to reveal that will be showing us furthermore what's going to be manifesting, what may be happening in your life in October. Okay, so we have Uranus, which is a planet of change, of revolution, okay? We have in Scorpio, which is once again another planet of change, of transformation, of death and rebirth. So I'm feeling for some of you, this is really like putting the nail in the coffin of the person that you used to be, the person that was, you know, hiding themselves, and allowing yourself to be reborn. And then we have House 5. Okay, so this is, some of you are really creative just because this is the 5th house. This is the house of children, family, love, romance, and also creativity, of theater, of fun, of play. So I'm really speaking to some of you who are creatives, okay, or innovative. Not even like having to do with art, but people who have just innovative ideas, innovative, like you have ideas that could really change the world. So anyways, so they construct sentences that sometimes they make sense, sometimes we have to leave it up to interpretation a little bit because don't know what they're saying. But as you can see, so the first sentence, this is going to be showing us what manifests on a soul level, on a spiritual level, on a level that will be within your spiritual journey. And so we have an unusual example of purification to resurrect the power of love. So on a soul level, on your spiritual journey, the power of love, it seems like you may be tapping into this loving energy. To me, love energy is divine source energy. So this feels like connecting to yourself, connecting to that oneness within yourself that connects you to all things. And you do that through the love that you have for people, through the love that you have for yourself, through the love that you have for this journey, through the love that you have for your art, your work, your craft, your ideas, the family that you're building, the life that you are building, whatever it is. Within this month, these things will grow, but it's always better to actively work on it as well, because if you don't, and if it's a lesson that the universe really wants you to learn, the universe is going to send people, situations, places, things that may trigger you to enter into this energy. Okay, so we want to avoid all tower and triggering moments as we can by working consciously on these things. Okay, so purification to resurrect. What within you on your spiritual journey do you need to purify? Meaning, what within you needs to be cleansed and let go of? What do you need to work on to be healthier and happier? What do you need to release and let go of that is not serving you? People, situations, places, things that you are involved in. What do you need to let go of and purify? And then resurrection. What have you been hiding within yourself that really needs to be brought out and rebirthed and given new life to? Some of you are sleeping on your ideas. Some of you are sleeping on your dreams. Some of you are sleeping on yourself and your potential. And this resurrection is all about bringing that back up. So that's where your spiritual journey is going to be taking you this month. Now, on a mental plane, on the way that you think, your mindset, what's happening right up here. You can't see me, I'm sorry. I pointed to my head. What's happening in your mind, this is what's going to manifest. We have a different way of looking at the secrets of investment, gambles, and other games. So the planet Uranus is going to be showing you, it's going to be kind of shaking things up within your mind. It's going to be bringing out change. Okay, you may need to start shifting your perspective to help this process along. But this does tell me that a perspective shift may be happening for you. Okay, trying to look at things in a different way. In terms of Scorpio, the secrets of and the 5th house, investment, gambles, and other games. See what I said by sometimes these sentences don't make sense. But good thing we know astrology out here, so mentally, so again, Scorpio is all about transformation. So mentally, you may need to really do like a complete 180 with your mindset. And I think this is a common theme in October for everybody, because in my previous 2 readings, we talked about the same thing. So I'm going to tell you the same thing I told them. And that is basically, you have to picture your mind as a garden. For some of you, maybe the metaphor of picturing your mind as a computer will work too. But basically, are you constantly in fear? Are you constantly picturing worst case scenario and visualizing it and giving that your energy? Are you constantly doubting yourself? Do you have a constant negative monologue? If so, you really need to rework that, because those are the seeds that you are planting in your mind. Those are the programs that you are installing in your mind. And once these things start to grow, that's going to be what's harvesting in your mental garden. That's going to be the program that you begin to run on. You feel me? So what you need to be doing now is you really need to start reworking your mind. Okay, programming yourself for success, programming yourself for self-love, programming yourself for confidence, and making sure that, you know, at the end of the day, despite all external happenings, all of the things going on in the world, all the things going on in your life, that at the end of the day, your mind, your, you know, you yourself, your internal is a place that you can go to for peace and for reassurance and to relax and unwind. You need to know that at the end of the day, when you're by yourself, your mind is your safe space for you. And this is also bringing up what perceptions of others have you been taking on and bullying yourself with. So for example, it's like, let's say you have some people in your life who are naysayers, people in your life who degrade you, who bring you down, who tell you what you can't and can't do. Are you taking upon those perceptions? So within Scorpio, this Scorpio energy, you really need to start transforming your mind, reprogramming your mind, okay? And then we have 5th house, which it says investments and gambles and other games and stuff like that. But this can just be a different way of looking, transforming the way that you view love, transforming the way that you view relationships, transforming the way that you view life in general. Because to me, look, 5th house, it correlates with Leo, and Leo is the heart chakra, okay? And if you've ever seen like the diagram of human energy and how it emits from our bodies, it all comes from the heart space. The energy radiates from our heart space. So this could be shifting your perspective about how you view life, shifting your perspective on the way that you handle your heart and your emotions. Are you closed off and creating energetic blockages to your own abundance, or are you open-hearted and are you learning to heal through life? You may need a perspective shift in terms of relationships, in terms of fun. Okay, maybe you live your day-to-day life and life just has not been fun for you. Okay, so maybe this is your call to start shifting into the perspective of life is fun, life can be playful, life can be joyful, life can be loving. Okay, now once again, these shifts are going to come naturally, but we want to avoid the trigger and tower moments that are going to force us to push ourselves into these higher alignments. So that's why I'm saying this is what you need to work on rather than this is what's going to manifest for you, because we all handle it differently. So by consciously working on these things, you're going to help the shift come in. Now we also have what's going on in the physical plane, what we can expect to manifest on the physical plane. And these are usually like horrifyingly accurate, like unbelievably so. This says an unexpected change resulting from the power of your creations. So again, I am really talking to some of you creatives out here. Like, this is truly about putting yourself out there, putting your work out there, and you will see revolutionary, in terms of your life, revolutionary change and power. Okay? Just the power of your creations alone, the power of you living in your heart space and being open and shining your light, stepping out, allowing yourself to be heard, to be seen for who you are without worrying about the judgments of others. This is going to bring you so many blessings this month. You can count on it, okay? And it's going to change your life for the better. So that is what's coming up. Very exciting. So I'm going to put this right on here. And we're just going to take a look with the tarot. What we have. Just a few more things coming up. So we have the 6 of Cups. Okay, so 6 of Cups, this is nostalgia, this is reminiscing, this is childhood friends, this is looking back to good memories of the past, but this is also the inner child. And one thing I may have not mentioned, I can't remember, oftentimes when I do these readings and a lot of it is just me channeling, I kind of just blank out and it just comes out of my mouth. So I may or may not have mentioned it, but 5th house is also inner child. Leo really keeps alive that inner child energy. And so with the 6 of Cups, this could be you revisiting your childhood and revisiting the things that used to spark joy in your life, okay? And going back to these things. For some of you, this is about the nostalgia. This is the memories that you've had with people that may be creeping up during this month, okay? You may be feeling a little blue. You may be missing some people. This can also be missing, older versions of yourself, or missing the energy or feelings that you used to feel, way back when, or maybe a few months ago, okay? And this to me is saying that these feelings are popping up so that you can revitalize that. If there's a relationship that you are missing or mourning, how can you bring those feelings back and create that environment for yourself? Okay? So pay attention to the things that you miss, to things that you're reminiscing about, but also pay attention to your inner child, because children are very, I feel like children, they know like the secret to life. They know, like, they're always, they express their emotions so freely, and they're always happy, they're always creative, they're always curious. And so reconnecting with your inner child is going to be really key this month. So in connecting with that inner child, you connect to your heart space, and in healing your inner child, you begin to heal more and more of your heart space and allow yourself to free up. The only difference between us and our inner child is that we've been carrying the baggage and not healing through it and processing through it. We've allowed the baggage that we've dealt with to kind of bring us down, to kind of hold us back. When we allow that to happen, we stifle the creativity of our heart space, and we stifle the joy and fun and playfulness of our inner child. Our inner child, I've done like a whole course on this back when I did my coaching course. And the inner child is just, it is one of your biggest guides, okay? One of the biggest guides. You, as a kid, you knew exactly what you wanted to do, who you wanted to be. You knew exactly what lit you up, what was fun. And so maybe this month is going to be all about revisiting those things. We also have the Emperor. So this is really beautiful. This is you stepping into your power this month, taking control and beginning to build your empire. Like I said, building the character that you know yourself to be, and building the story that you want to write for your life. We also have the Three of Cups, okay? And we have the Ace of Cups, okay. So with all this presence of cups, this is telling me that October has the potential to be a very, 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 very emotionally fulfilling month for you. This is beautiful. The Three of Cups talks about celebration, about community, about being with people, partying, having fun. Okay, so there is going to be a lot of lighthearted energy coming your way. And then we have the Ace of Cups, and aces, I like to say, they're like the hand of the divine, bringing something to you. Oftentimes with aces, it can actualize as an idea, a thought, a spark. And this would be a spark, an idea, a thought towards your emotional fulfillment. And, sorry, my cat is like, I'm sorry if you hear them like hissing in the background, like one of my cats, they are, so, I don't know how to put this. Basically, my cat's in heat and the other one isn't, and so like they're having relationship troubles. But anyways, but yeah, with the appearance of all these cups, this really definitely speaks to emotional fulfillment and happiness. And with the Ace of Cups, this is opportunities coming in, people, situations, things coming in that will lead to that emotional fulfillment, okay? So it's really, really beautiful, especially with this Emperor card here. It's just like you taking hold of your life. And what I love about this card in this particular deck is that we see this man, this is our Emperor right here, and he's weaponed up, okay, and this door is barricaded, and he has his little kid here. We were just talking about inner child. This is you protecting that inner child. You have to see yourself and start seeing yourself in other people, especially as for their inner child. And the way that people will approach you, let's say you have people coming towards you, opportunities coming towards you, you have to think, would I want this to be for my inner child? Let's say someone's talking to you some type of way. They have you all, they have you all types of degrading or just rude or disrespectful. You have to think like, am I going to put up with this, or should I protect my inner child? Would I want this to be said to my inner child? Some of you really need to start thinking like that. And then some of you also need to start treating other people likewise, seeing them for that inner child. And that's how you can also have forgiveness. Okay, on the topic of like parents, I know a lot of us, we struggle with having parents. Okay, we're in this stage of realizing that our parents are people too, and they were once children. And I think a good example, especially for those of you who just have a rough time in family and parents and just authority figures or people who are older than you, is recognizing their wounded inner child. And that really helps with forgiveness and growing. Okay, but anyways, I went off on a little tangent. But one thing I wanted to say about this Emperor card is that with the Emperor here, he is defending what is his. He's not taking anybody's BS, okay? He is literally like, he is ready to work for and defend whatever it is he is building. So this is the energy that's entering into your life, and this is the momentum that you have got to keep up. Now we have one thing to let go of, one thing to grow, one thing to strengthen, and one thing to say goodbye to. So we have the Queen of Hazards and the Page of Swords. So the Queen of Hazards, this is divine feminine energy. This is an energy of receiving. Maybe some of you have a hard time accepting compliments or receiving opportunities. Maybe some of you may have struggled with manifesting or allowing things to flow to you. So like I said, clearing up and healing your heart space is going to do wonders for your manifestation. You don't realize how many blockages you have created just by having a closed heart space, and by opening that up, things begin to start flowing into your life. The Queen of Hazards, this being in traditional tarot, Pentacles. Pentacles being earth. Pentacles and earth being our physical, our external, meaning our health, our security, everything around us, our material things. And Queen of Cups being this divine feminine energy of receiving and manifesting. One thing you need to strengthen this month is that energy of allowing things to flow to you. Strengthen that energy of being able to be still through meditation, controlling your mind, working on your spirituality, okay, and learning how to utilize your energy. And we're getting super like spiritual with it, learning how to utilize your energy to manifest things. Learning how to become a manifester, especially in terms of your physical world. Learning how to manifest your perfect health, learning how to manifest your wealth, learning how to manifest a foundation, all of these things that are necessary for you to experience abundance on this earthly plane. This is what you need to be focusing on and strengthening this month, is cultivating that divine feminine energy that is going to draw all those things into you. One thing that you need to let go of and avoid this month. We have the Page of Swords. Swords, once again, this is mental. This is our connection to the mind, but to the collective consciousness. It's our connection to the ether. And pages are learner, student energy. With page energy, we may trip, we may stumble, we may fall. This is you beginning to really take a hold of your mind. And what I'm getting between these two are very connected. I gave you the whole talk about reprogramming your mind, making sure your mental health is on top, okay? And with the Page of Swords, look, we have this little child and he's scared and he's holding this axe. With this card, this is telling me that you need to stop being scared about your ideas, your thoughts, the way that you think, the way that you express, the way that you communicate yourself as an individual, your thoughts, the way you express yourself on a physical level. Okay, this Page of Swords, I feel like once you really start training and working this, meaning once you get a hold of your mind over matter, and you begin cultivating a good environment for yourself mentally, and you begin opening your heart space, reconnecting to the things that bring you joy and following those feelings of joy, you will start to see and witness this abundance flow in your physical life, okay? So another thing just about 5th house and Leo energy is learning how to make time for play, make time for fun, Okay, so that's going to be a big thing for you this month, is learning how to let your inner child, you know, dance around and have fun and play and express itself. But strengthening your mind, this to me is also saying that some of you just need more confidence in who you are, and you need to start hushing those voices inside of your head that says that you're not this enough, you're not that enough, or, you know, those self-deprecating or negative thoughts. Okay, because what that's doing, it's like the zombie in your mind that is making this, you know, Page of Swords cower and hide and feel like it needs to be defensive. But if you strengthen this, turn this page into a knight and be a true master of your mental. Mind over matter, things are really going to start manifesting for you in a million different ways. And you'll start to notice these energetic blockages clear up. You'll start to notice signs and synchronicities trickle in. Okay, it's definitely that idea of believing before you see it. People think, oh, I need to see it before I believe it. But in terms of energy and manifestation, law of attraction, law of assumption, whatever it is, in terms of spirituality in general, it really is this energy of I have to believe it first. Okay, okay, so my memory card did get full while I was recording, and so the last 5 minutes of that whole talk with the Page of Swords is gone, but I'm gonna take it as it wasn't meant for this audience. This video, the message probably was not going to be for everyone, so I'm gonna just retract and backtrack a little bit and just finish up here with this Page of Swords and kind of take a look at what I'm getting from it right now. But the thing that comes to mind the most is this idea of this cowering, scared child. And we talked a lot about healing our inner child and allowing room for our inner child to play and to grow. And our inner child is always within us. It's always there. Now, the thing about this, in terms of what we need to let go of, we need to let go of that fear and that fear mindset that keeps us in these self-imposed limitations. Another thing to be aware of, if you look closely in this card, you see the shadow of a zombie coming in to attack this young page, right? Now, it brings to question, we always have to kind of be on the defense about these things that may drain our energy and turn us into these lifeless beings as these zombies are. And the way I see this card is that this Page of Swords is our inner child, and we are protecting it from all these things that can drain and pull our energy and suck the life out of us. So it's almost as if we're, you know, trying not to become a zombie as well. And the way we do that is by continuously bringing life into ourselves, pouring life into everything that we do. So the Page of Swords needs to work on being less afraid to face these battles on the day-to-day. In terms of this zombie metaphor, it once again just redirects us to this idea of, what is it are we allowing our energies to be in? What is it are we allowing to take our energy away? Now, if we work on our mind, so as we were saying, mind over matter, if we change our programming, and I can't remember if I gave this metaphor or analogy already, but just the importance of strengthening our mind. So I'm going to repeat it, and I'm sorry if I do repeat and I'm saying the same things over and over again. But again, it didn't record the last 5 minutes, so I can't remember right now what was said and what wasn't said. But it's the idea of our mind being a garden or a computer program. Okay, and if we're constantly gardening or planting these seeds of doubt, of fear, of insecurity, of our negative monologues, of this self-deprecation, okay, that is eventually what's going to grow in the garden of our mind. Those are the programs that are eventually going to run and go on autopilot for us. So it's this idea of having to program ourselves for success, program ourselves for self-love, program ourselves for confidence, program ourselves for progression and positivity. It's not about ignoring the bad and pretending that it doesn't exist. That's a toxic ideology. It's not the idea that everything outside of you attract to you. That's super toxic. Okay, I don't abide by that. But it's about being able to control ourselves internally and find our peace internally. It's about, at the end of the day, is your internal a safe space that you can go to? Is your internal going to push you to grow and progress? Is it a place where you can draw inwards to find peace? And if not, that is something that you need to work on, okay? It's no matter what is happening on the external, you are internally doing well, okay? I don't like hearing about, people saying like, oh, you've attracted all these terrible things to you, okay? It's true to some extent, but there are some things that are truly out of our control, okay? There are some things that are really truly up to the divine or just the hand of fate that was played. I do not believe that we're constantly attracting all of these negative things. So I don't mean to scare you when I say, work on your mind, and your mind's a garden, your mind's this computer program. It's just being able to control what we can control. And so fear in the mind is going to be a really big thing that you need to start letting go of, okay? Because that fear becomes a self-imposed limitation that then stops you from doing what the Skull of Light and the Nightingale is telling you to do by illuminating and shining your light and putting yourself out there. Okay, and with the page being a page, pages, like I said, they are learners, they are students. This is, learning energy. They may stumble, they may fall a bit along the way. So in strengthening your self-confidence and, getting rid of these fears, it may be difficult at first. We're training this page to be a knight. We're training this page to be a knight that can be so sound in their own mind that all these external realities that are happening around us, all of these perceptions that other people put onto us, will not affect our internal mechanisms. And once we grow that mentality, once we grow our mindset and strengthen our minds, we give room for this divine feminine energy of the Queen of Pentacles to come in and be able to manifest and attract and draw to her via her energy, via the law of attraction, via the law of assumption, and manifest something in this physical plane worth living for. So that's the little spiel. Now I'm going to go ahead and give y'all some advice. So this is going to be advice for career and prosperity, and then advice for general. So we have Yang in reverse in terms of career, and so already Yang is divine masculine energy. Okay, and coming in the reverse, this may be telling me that you may need to stop exerting your divine masculine energy. And I'm going to go ahead and read it from the book for you. Let's see. So in reverse, it comes through as a protection message. So please heed this warning, okay? So it says, be mindful of the tendency towards impulsive action, overconfidence, or aggressive behavior. Think before you act, lest you find yourself in a situation that will lead to uncomfortable consequences. Be sure you really want what you are chasing after, because you might be sorry when you get it. The appearance of this card isn't a cause for fear, for all life is about learning lessons. Practice temperance, diplomacy, and thoughtful consideration before making a move. So this is in terms of your career, your prosperity. Okay? Sometimes we may jump the gun and make impulsive decisions in regards to our finances, in regards to our career, in regards to what it is we're trying to build. And so the advice is to use discernment and make sure that you are not going into anything without forethought. And that is so important because the Page of Swords is the type that would probably go into something without forethought. The Page of Swords is the type that would probably go into something impulsively. The Page of Swords is the type that would do something impulsively because they think it is the best decision for them then and there, but they may not have all the information. And then when the time comes, they see that, shoot, like that probably wasn't the best decision now that I have all the information. Okay? So again, we're trying to cultivate this Page of Swords, aka our mind, and turn it into this beautiful knight that is logical, that is, you know, practical, that really thinks these things through, and then is ready to just go, act, you know, use its sword for justice and swiftness and make things happen, bring these ideas to life, bring these thoughts to life, bring all of these things that we have in our consciousness in this ether and bring it down onto this physical plane and be able to use our divine feminine energy to manifest it within us. Okay, so that's the advice for career. Now we're going to go on to general advice, and we have truth be told. So let's go ahead and take a look once again at the book. Oops, excuse me, boo-boos. My cats always like try to come through and like walk through all these readings. Excuse me. But okay, anyways, so truth be told, it says, so essential meanings: honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, and clarity of communication. So again, it's this idea of communicating, and how are we communicating with others? This idea of transparency. Are we living authentically to ourselves, or are we hiding ourselves away to make other people feel comfortable? The Oracle's message, it says, there is the truth, which is the essence of a thing, and then there is a truth, subjective according to the philosophy of the adherent or believer. This is not a time to debate about which truth is truer. This is a time when you are called to proclaim your truth out loud and be willing to be transparent, honest, and open in your communication with others and yourself, right? So I think that's a key detail that we did not discuss in the majority of this reading. But in order for you to be authentically you, that comes from being honest with yourself first. Okay, honestly taking a look, taking inventory of your life and everything that's going on internally, and being like, is this in alignment with the character that I am building, the character that I know myself to be and I want to bring out? Is this in alignment with the story that I'm trying to write for my life? So it says, in your communication with others and yourself, nothing less than surrender to what is, peeling off the layers of denial that keep you tied to an illusion will set you free. Be authentic and gloriously flawed, and spirit will always answer with miracles. Right, so oftentimes we may find, you know, we may try to cover up our flaws. We may try to cover up what it is we've been through, the things that we've done. But if you grow from that, that turns into such beauty that radiates throughout you, and that turns into such wisdom that other people may look up to. You could be the role model. You could be the forefigure that, you know, paved the way for others who are also dealing with the same things, the same insecurities, the same problems. Okay? So having to be authentic with yourself is the key to authentically shining your light, okay? So anyways, group number 3, this was your reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, please let me know. I love hearing how these readings resonate. I love hearing the parts that resonate. I love hearing how it relates to your life. And I love it when you guys, you know, comment and tell me the situations and just how it relates and everything that you're going through. I love it so much. It's super affirming for me, so please, you know, feel free to share in the comments below. I love responding to y'all and seeing what you have to say. But if it didn't resonate too, let me know what parts didn't resonate. You know, I'm open to all of it. But with that being said, if you enjoyed it, please leave me a like, a comment, maybe even subscribe if you don't know hard feelings. But I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you next time. Bye!